you have been doing research and try to explain to your Chinese counterpart about the differences between China, US, and China, EU, and European relations. Tell me more about some of the most important differences.
I think it's very important to understand that that the United States and Europe have different interests vis-a-vis China, because the United States cares about what China is. The EU cares more about what China does. Chinese power per se is a worry to the US, whatever China does, but Europe per se cares about what China does much more than America, which cares more about what China is.
What do you think the other way around? Does China care about what Europe is and what Europe does?
I think that China cares about what Europe does. I think China cares about what Europe does more than what China is. What China thinks what Europe is quite nice. It's good because it's not the same as the United States. It's part of a multipolar world, and China would be very happy if Europe developed as a stronger geopolitical entity, different from the United States, as to help to create a multipolar world order of the sort that China would like to see.
Whether the things we are doing today, including the actions and policies taken by the European side, making sense or not?
Well, I think the Chinese do take a very long-term perspective compared to some Western countries, because Western countries have to worry about elections, and politicians worry about how do they win next year's election or the election the year after next. So I think they're not very good at being long-term. But there are certain trends clear, and one clear trend is that China is an increasingly important power. It's a dominant power in many parts of Asia, and America and China are the two great superpowers in the world today. Europe is an economic superpower, but not a political superpower.